Hello. So I never know how to start off a video, but we're not going to talk about that. My first video I made, I was talking about plants and crystals, and then I realized how long it was, and then a whole issue came up where my phone had deleted a bunch of my stuff, so then I had to restart everything. But it's okay, because then I could just separate crystals from the plants and just talk about one thing and then talk about the other thing in another video. So I wanted to start off with a bunch of plants that I have currently and a couple plants that I found today that I am going to plant. I need to get some soil and stuff to try to get that ready, but for now I just wanted to talk about some plants I have that I am growing and taking care of as a beginner, you know, gardener or whatever you want to call it. I wanted to start off with my most boring plants, or plants that I don't feel like are so interesting to talk about. Yeah, so those will be like the older ones I have. So the most boring plant I have, I'm gonna be so honest with you right now, is this one. This is a molded wax Echeveria something, but I took off all the leaves because it was dying, and it's still dying, and I do not know what to do with it. So at this point, I might as well throw it away because it's just not working out for me. I tried to just not give it too much water because the leaves are getting soggy, but it's just not working. They don't stay alive. Like, it's too hard to deal with for me, at least in my room. I don't know if it's getting too much humidity here or if it's really getting too much water, because this whole thing is dry right now. Or maybe it's because I transplanted it wrong, but I did something wrong and it's just not growing, okay? It's just not working for me. I just hate it. I mean, I don't hate it. It sucks to not see it do anything. All my other plants, or most of my other plants, have done something. It's not, you know, it's not too much, but it's also very interesting. My next plant I'm going to talk about is my aloe vera plant, my baby aloe vera plant. It is doing pretty good. It is just kind of boring because it's just stayed the same the whole time. The only thing that's changed is the way that it doesn't flop over, but that's because I put rocks in it. The only cool thing about this plant right now is that it is growing a small little tiny leaf there, so it's going to be a new aloe vera plant, or new aloe vera leaf for this one. And it's got a dead leaf right there. I don't know if you can see it, but I really don't want to ruin this plant. I've had these rocks here to try to keep it from flopping over, and it's doing good because when I take the rocks off, it doesn't move off. I'll show you real quick. Look, see? Boom. This thing will just go to the side, but it's doing really good. Boom. It is so cute. I love it so much, and it's not such a pain. It's just kind of boring. I also have a mother aloe vera plant, which I guess I'll talk about now. It is just the same, except it is a lot bigger, and it has a baby next to it, and it's just huge. It's just huge. I'm bringing this camera here, but look, this is my mother aloe vera. It's kind of droopy right now because I do not know how to fix it to where it doesn't droop in my room, but this area is the only place I can put this plant. It's just a lot. Look, like, see, it's a lot. It's really big. I also have a baby aloe vera here, which is actually doing pretty good because this whole plant was actually orange and sunburnt, and it was not doing so great, but now it's actually doing better. Like, it's not as orange anymore, it's more green. It's even growing another leaf there too, right there. Very pretty. That plant is actually a lot more interesting than the other aloe vera plant I've had, because that one I just saved from the ground. I kind of just saw it and I picked it up from my front yard, and then I put it in some soil and tried to take care of it. But the thing about the big aloe vera plant that is different for me is that it was so sunburned. The whole thing was orange. I should have took a picture before, but literally in a couple days after I took it in, it became more green and more alive. So hopefully it stays good for as long as it's there, because I do need to change its position to hold it up. It is not doing, I mean, as far as its health is doing good, but the position is not so great as far as droopiness, because one side is super droopy, the other side is always up. So it's pretty hard for that plant. So my next plant I'm gonna talk about is my snake plant. So the snake plant is Chandelier, or whatever you want to call it. I just call it snake plant. I found in my backyard and I figured out what it was, and I said, ooh, let's just take it in and see what happens. Nothing has happened. I've taken this one. Oopsies. I've taken this one to try to propagate it from a thingy because it didn't have roots. But I saw a video where you can actually, you know, grow roots or whatever with that. So hopefully it does something. It's just for experimentation purposes. That's what I got for that one. And I have a smaller one because I have a bunch of big ones that I kind of can't take in my room at once because there's too much. Look. This is the one with roots, and it's actually doing good. This plant is actually really healthy. The only reason why it's in this water right now is because I gotten lazy to get proper soil for it. But for now, that's okay until I can get some soil. Next plant. This is actually a plant I stole from the beach. It's a sea grape plant. I know this is not the right way to do this, but I really just wanted to see how it would end up if I just add some water to just a piece of a part that I cut off from a bush. It's pretty. I don't know. If it stays alive, I will be so surprised, but it's getting some health. I don't know. I really like that plant. I just don't want to get rid of it. It's just for experimentation purposes, as I said. But yeah, those are kind of like the most like whatever plants. There's some plants in my room that are more exciting for me than others. So I got this plant. It's a Hoya carrii. It is so pretty. I don't know, it's really cute, and it has, everybody says it looks like a butt. But it's so cute, because I know like when it grows and stuff, it'll eventually shape and look like hearts. But it's doing okay. It's not doing as bad as I thought. I thought it would just die on me on the first day, but this plant was actually drowning in its soil when it was gifted to me. Stuff easier. What's weird about this plant is that it has a little sprout growing right here. I don't know what it is. We're gonna figure that out soon, and if it's bad, I don't know, it dies. But I'm glad that it's here because it's so cute. And it's one of my favorite plants to look at. Let's see. Oh, so I bought this plant from Five Below. I'm not expecting it to grow really big or anything. It's a cactus. I don't know what kind of cactus it is. It didn't say on the box. But I did end up doing what the instructions told me, just to see like if that was the way to go. But nothing has happened yet. It's just chilling in there. It's got moist water. Don't think I need to water it too much because now it's got way too much water in there. So I'm just gonna leave that as it is. That plant is interesting as far as growth, but there's no growth happening yet. So it's like boring. I'm gonna leave my favorite plant for last. But one more plant I have is my favorite plant, my other favorite plant. I got this, I stole it from a tree. I'm not sure what kind of plant it is, but it is already growing something. I don't know what it is. but look at it. It's just so pretty. And hold up, I have to bring it. You don't even see anything. It is so big. I thought it was a jade pothos, a giant jade pothos, but I don't know. I'm not an expert at this crap, so. It is growing spindles there, see, but I'm not sure if those are gonna be roots or something, but we'll just hope for the better, you know? Like, this plant is huge. I have to keep it on a different side of my room because it's that big. I have 2 more plants and then we'll get to my favorite plant ever. So this plant is a Asparagus fern. I found it in the backyard and I saw on YouTube that you can actually have it as a plant, like an indoor plant. You need to take care of it right. And it's actually an invasive perennial, so not okay for the plants around it, but as far as having it as a cute little house plant, it's okay. It is. It's got little spikes on it. You know, I kind of got curious on how it would end up, so I still have to plant this very soon because I heard that these need enough water to manage. Thank God they don't need a lot of light. But ooh, I found this plant today as well. I found it walking home from school. It is a Chandelier plant or something like that. It's a succulent and it actually grows like this. It grows like this, but I'm not sure how to propagate this because it has flowers on it. So I'm thinking I just might as well put this whole thing in a pot or something. But this is how you propagate this plant as far as these go. I mean, this is basically just coming off, so I might as well take that off. But look, this is how you propagate. You just kind of cut it off and then you put it in some dirt and it'll grow some roots, whatever, blah, blah. You get the gist of it. But it's a succulent and I can't believe I found it outside. I don't know. It's just things like this get me excited because then I can do stuff with it. Like I could just grow my own stuff. And also I was watching a video on how to, you know, how to take care of these or how to propagate them, just little stuff like that. And I heard you could take these things, these little leaves up here. I'm gonna take one off. There we go. It's super, super tiny. Look at that. You could take those, you could put it in the dirt and it'll grow from scratch. But I kind of like taking care of things that have already been grown. All right, now for my favorite plant in the whole entire world. It is it's a ghost plant. I think it is. Or something like that. It's a ghost plant. It's a ghost succulent thing. Oh, this plant is coming off. I'm gonna take that off and put it in some flavoring. Alright. This is it right here. This is my favorite plant because this is the only one so far that has shown me any growth. As far as, you know, a bunch of them. I've had grown a bunch of baby ones and look at how they're growing. Look at how cute. See, this one is growing pretty good together. You know, very small. These ones are growing pretty big and luscious. Pretty cute. So I'm excited about those. I have even smaller ones here. These are a little bit smaller right there. These ones haven't grown much either. But those are all of the ghost plant babies I have. Those are basically all the plants I have so far. I'm still gathering for more and I'm still learning as I go, and I do want to plant more stuff even around my house, not just indoors. As far as my plants go, even if I do screw up or whatever, I'll at least be knowledgeable of like what I could do next to save my plants and stuff. And I'll continue to do my research as far as, you know, taking care of these plants and figuring out how and what I should do to be a better plant mom. That's the end of what I have so far. In the next video, I'll probably talk about other like collections that I have in general, stuff that keeps me busy, stuff that I enjoy being around, just little things like that. I have a collection of crystals, like I said, that I wanted to show. It's a bunch. I'll probably like show here. So here's one thing, here's another. It's a lot, and I have more, but those are the ones I always keep on display around my room. But yeah, that's the end of this short video. Maybe I'll go into depth with every plant that I have as far as how I take care of it and what I've done wrong, because I've messed up, I screwed up sometime with these plants. But I will definitely be making videos individually about each of these plants as far as I go into learning how to become a better gardener. But yeah, that's the end of that, and